you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hi, I'm John Mallison. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this, what is it? What is today? Is today Wednesday or Thursday? Today is a Thursday morning. Can you believe it? The week has just flown by already. Today it's the World of Sports. Our special program is on the Fresno State football team. We'll have reaction from Saturday's game. We'll talk to Derek Carr. We'll talk to Josh Harper. Even Tim DeRuyter, the head coach, a little soundbite with him. We're going to take your phone calls as well, 436-MeTV, option 11. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the show goes by fast, so call in, 436-MeTV, option 11, and turn down the sound on your TV set. Back in a moment. Back here on the showroom floor, I should say, here at Ventura TV on this Thursday morning. It's the World of Sports today, talking Fresno State football. If you notice, my friends, I have the Jim Nantz CBS Sports blazer on. The only thing missing is the CBS logo right here. And I got the Jim Nantz hair going. The only thing I do not have is the Jim Nantz salary, $8 million a year. However, I want to inform you that my agent is working on that currently. I'll settle for $7.5 million, not a problem. Anyway, today we are talking about Fresno State football. Nobody caught that except for the real sports fans. Anyway, we're talking Fresno State football, and of course they go to Wyoming this coming weekend to take on, of course, Wyoming. They're undefeated. 8-0 are the Bulldogs, first time since, 1989. It was a frenzied crowd last weekend, of course, at Bulldog Stadium. And I want to, in the same exact words as world-famous New York sportscaster Warner Wolf would say, let's go to the videotape. Let's take to the videotape. Anyway, this is Bulldog Stadium, a time-lapse video off the website. Look at this. They had a sold-out crowd, more than 41,000. So if you go to the Fresno State website, you'll see the crowd before the stadium fills up, and now she's going to become a full stadium right there. Bulldog Stadium. That's kind of a neat video right there, the time-lapse video. And of course this is during the game, the crowd going crazy. They're doing actually the wave. Ever heard of the wave, my friends? Well, that's what they were doing. And of course Derek Carr was the big story, 487 yards passing in this one. He set the all-time record for passing for Fresno State history. He looked at Kevin Sweeney in the mirror. That's where Kevin Sweeney is right now. Look at this. It's the touchdown to Josh Harper as he comes right inside your living room. Let's leave that videotape up right there, right there, right there, and go live in our studio to Nick Papagni. He is our guest here today. He'll be analyzing the Bulldogs. Where do we stand now? We know they're 8-0, of course, undefeated. They go into Wyoming. They're ranked, 17 in the BCS standings. And will they go undefeated? Can they beat any team in the country? Could they beat Alabama if it came to that? We'll get your opinion too. 436-MeTV, option 11. Don't wade through that painful message. And remember, turn down the sound on your TV set. We're going to have a lot of fun here today talking about the Bulldogs, and I've got my Jim Nantz CBS Sports coat on. Back in a moment.
One Adam 12. One Adam 12.
This is Adam 12. It stars Martin Milner as Officer Pete Malloy, Kent McCord as Officer Jim Reed.
One Adam 12, roger.
This black and white patrol car has an overhead valve V8 engine. It develops 325 horsepower at 4,800 RPMs. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. It has a top speed of 120 miles an hour. The automobile has 2 shotgun racks, one attached to the bottom portion of the front seat, one in the vehicle trunk.
You want me to drive?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Back here, Jim Nance. No, I'm not Jim Nance. I'm John Mallows. We're back here. Connect with me at on the showroom floor at Ventura TV. You like that little Jim Nance reference there?
Well, you make $3 million a year. What's wrong with that?
No, I want to raise. I want to raise. You know, what does it look like? The
you
Jim
deserve
Nance
it.
Blazer?
I was going to say Howard Cosell.
No. I love Howard, but
okay.
In today's day, it's the Jim Nance hair, it's the jacket,
you
it's
got
the
logo.
Look.
You got the look.
It's the broadcasting voice of Jim Nance. I love Jim Nance, though, by the way. He does a great
class.
job. Yeah, he really does.
I got the Pee Wee Herman voice. You got the Jim Nance voice. So I love that.
Okay, Fresno State Bulldogs. Where do we stand? 8-0, 17th ranked, of course, in the nation. They go into Wyoming. Are they for real?
I think what a great ride so far. Let's talk about the good things. Great ride. I think Fresno State's getting a lot of new Bulldog fans that they, I think they lost when the wrestling left. I think a lot of people left. It's a great ride. Now, let's just enjoy the ride. Okay? Yeah. We're in the top 25.
Should we be Pollyannish about it?
Okay, here's the thing.
Or should we look at this
the stars are aligned this
realistically?
year. The stars are aligned. Everything is working out because every team we're playing right now, let's look at start at 1, Rutgers. They make a field goal in overtime, we lose. They don't have a good kicker. We could go down the line. Boise State, they're young this year. This is the time to play Boise State. They're down.
Yeah.
San Diego State has no kicker. I don't understand how a team has no kicker.
But if you were to bring the Boise State thing up to Coach Tim DeRuyter, he's going to say, look, they weren't down this year. We beat them.
No, they're down this year. But here's the thing. Let's take the good positive out of it. Yeah. We've got a great quarterback. We've got a great passing attack. We're struggling running the ball. We can't stop the run, and our secondary is shaky. But we're playing teams that are struggling. But we're 8-0, like you said. Let's have fun with this. Now,
listen, that Reno game last Saturday, I was at the Reno game, of course.
Nevada,
not in Reno, the Nevada game,
right.
University of Nevada, Reno. Okay. And the score does not indicate this, but the game was a lot closer than what the final score indicates.
Nevada's down. Here's another one. They're just not a very good team. But
they're not, but they kept it close. They had that last minute, that touchdown late in the fourth quarter. They put them within 8 points.
This is all I'm saying, everybody. This is a great year. Let's enjoy it because this might never happen again. Next year.
Are you serious?
Yeah, next year we're playing Nebraska. We're playing USC. We're going to be rebuilding in a way. We'll have a new quarterback. Who knows who knows if Tim DeRuyter will be here? If someone offers you Jim Nance money, are you going to be sitting right here? You're going to really think about it twice, right? Well, this is what's going to happen.
Well,
Tim DeRuyter.
I've got the Jim Nance.
Well, Tim DeRuyter is on every top list of all the big jobs in the country.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to turn down.
Yeah.
He's doing something we haven't done. We're a little baby team. We're 8-0. We're in the top 25. But if right now, UCLA is ranked 19th. We're what, 16? You said?
16 or 17. I think we dropped down a notch.
Well, I think
after the victory over.
If we're playing UCLA tomorrow, they're probably a 14-point favorite over us.
Mm-hmm.
If we're in the top 25, I don't know a team right now that Fresno State could beat in the top 25. You mentioned Alabama. We're not. Come on. Let's have fun with it. Let's have fun with this.
I know.
Wyoming's down. They got a new defensive coordinator. Now, here's the thing.
It's going to be cold this weekend.
We don't know what they're going to run. They got a new coach.
Yeah.
They might be changing their whole defense around for this.
How's Carr and company going to handle the cold weather?
Well, that's the other thing. We've been playing in 75-degree weather, wind 2 miles an hour. It's been ideal weather. Now it's going to be 30, but no snow. It's going to be cold.
No, but it'll be cold.
Football players don't mind that. Once you get going, gets the blood flowing, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Again, this schedule is there for the taking.
From what you're saying this is good for the city of Fresno. This is good for the university.
Yes.
This is good and uplifting considering what this university has been through the last several years with all the scandals,
yes,
from basketball to football on down the line.
Oh, 100% agreed with that, because the fans have just left. You go to a Fresno State basketball game, no one's going. Baseball, great program, great product, no one's going.
No.
Football, I think the blackout was great. Hey, you got a lot of Raider fans going because they get to wear black.
They got the black
so
going.
They have a lot of fun. I think they're doing things to liven up the crowd. They're having a lot of fun, and they're 8-0.
But you can't do much to top the blackout, can you? I mean, that's a once
Yeah,
a
you can go 9-0.
Well, are you going to do another blackout? I mean, come on.
It does. I think right now that the Fresno State is a winning program. I mean, you know how it is in Fresno.
I know.
It's a winner. If you win, they come.
Well, my point is, you can only do the blackout once a season. I mean, it's not going to work again, is it? You got to do something different.
Why not?
Do another blackout?
Well, I think if a red out, they won't get as many. Blackout is the top of the line. White out, no. Red out, no. Blackouts, we're
so you would do it again for the last game of the season?
Why not? Go black and red. One side red, one side black. I don't care.
Yeah, you want to see the time-lapse video again?
Hey, they keep winning. It doesn't really matter. You can go naked out. It doesn't matter. They're coming. Okay? It's all about winning.
Athletic director Thomas Bay, I met him outside the locker room Saturday night, and I said, you know what your biggest problem is going to be? He said, what? I said, keeping your coach. And he shook his head, and he kind of looked down, and he goes, yeah, you're right. It's going to be hard keeping him.
Well, and you got to look at what he's done now, but he's using Pat Hill players. And people don't, I mean, I hope you understand that. He hasn't had any recruits right now that he's brought in this last class.
Well, then how come Pat Hill couldn't win with his own players?
Well, I think he's re-energized the whole program, and this is what we needed. We all love Pat Hill, what he's done. He worked hard. He's selling furniture. He's selling cars. He did a lot with what he had, but I think that we need, and my partner, Matt Johnson, says it all the time. We always looked at offense. Why are we running? Why are we running? It was the defense. We couldn't tackle anybody. So they're focusing on defense, and that's been the big key.
And the defense is down this year. They can't stop the run. The secondary, they should have never let Reno get back in the game, which they did late in the game. And, this football team obviously has Derek Carr. They're riding Derek Carr. And Tim DeRuyter is a good coach. You can't say, okay, he's using Pat Hill's players. He might be, but he could be losing with Pat Hill's players. He's not.
I like what he's done on the defensive side of the ball. It's changed a lot. We're tackling. We're playing great defense. Well, we're down a little, but what I worry about is we can't run the ball. So when we do play a very good team, what's going to happen if you can't run the football?
I don't know.
But, the way Derek Carr is throwing the ball, they're really short passing. So it's almost like a run. He's doing a lot of swing passes, a lot of screens, a lot of
Okay, we're going to take you out to Bulldog Stadium after the break. We're talking with Nick Papagni. He is the Pag Meter, talking about, of course, Fresno State football. We'd like you to join in on the conversation. 436 MeTV option 11. I'm John Malos with the Jim Nance CBS Sports Blazer. Back in just a moment.
When you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
And as mentioned here on the program, I was at the game last Saturday night, of course, when they took on the University of Nevada, Reno, and we took in all the sights and sounds on the sidelines, behind the bench, on the field, in the stands, after the game, before the game, even during practice this week. Let's roll the videotape and take a look and a listen. For the Bulldogs, it all starts and finishes with Derek Carr, the senior quarterback who passed his way into the Fresno State record books last Saturday night. Although he became the school's all-time leading passer, and he's being touted as a Heisman candidate, for Carr, it's more about happily going along for this glorious ride.
It's not always in football. It's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to be great. like I know my sophomore year we went 4-9, and our head coach gets fired, the whole staff's gone. So I know those feelings, and I don't like those feelings. So I try and enjoy these as best as I can, so that when I'm older someday I can look back on these and be happy about them.
This is Carr after the game. Clearly the fan favorite among Bulldog fans, many screaming out his name, wanting him to stop. He does, to greet a young boy in a wheelchair. After a few minutes, he moves on, through the crowd, through the tunnel, on his way to the locker room. Carr, though, has much more on his plate to worry about besides a Heisman or an undefeated season or his recognition and stature across the country in college football. He's a new father, a husband, and a student. Derek, do you sometimes find yourself that maybe you're a little bit overwhelmed?
No, honestly, no. God never gives you too much that you can't handle. So, and I know that. So, I just continue to whatever's on my plate. I do it to the best of my abilities, to the very best that I can, and I let the rest take care of itself.
Last Saturday, Carr showed everyone why he's the man. 487 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, as he looked in the rear-view mirror at Kevin Sweeney in becoming Fresno State's all-time leading passer. And the crowd of more than 41,000 at Bulldog Stadium worked itself up into a wild frenzy. There's no doubt about it, a lot is riding on the line tonight for the Fresno State Bulldogs. Not only do they have a 10-game winning streak here at home, they're undefeated for the season, and tonight's game is on national television on ESPN. But the Bulldogs want to prove much more than that. They want to prove that they are for real, that they can play with the big boys, they can play with anyone, and that they truly are a BCS team.
We'll easily beat the top 16, hopefully top 12, and we'll see Baylor at the Fiesta Bowl. Touchdown. Oh, by the way, and that's why we're a BCS team. That's why. There we go, bro. There we go. There we go. That's how we do it.
Are the Bulldogs a BCS team?
Oh, absolutely. They've been playing really well this whole season and putting up good points. They definitely deserve a bowl game.
Can they beat anybody in the country? I stumped you. Are the Fresno State Bulldogs a BCS team?
Absolutely, we are.
Why?
Why? This is a very exciting time for the team this year.
Is this really a BCS team, do you believe? And if so, why do you believe that?
Yeah, I do believe it. First and foremost, I do believe it because this team is a faithful team. There's something special about this team, and it's not a secret. After the games, it's not just a few guys; it's the whole team praying at midfield. Before the game, it's not just a couple guys; it's the whole team praying together.
Coach, are you a BCS team? Do you think?
We'll see at the end of the season. All I know is we're 1-0 this week.
How about Josh Harper, who also set a school record, hauling in a whopping 17 passes for 253 yards and 2 touchdowns. Can you yourself even believe it?
No, in the game it didn't really feel like it. I was just, just catching the passes, just trying to help my team win.
Meanwhile, back to Carr. Here he is again after a nice hot shower and hoping to get home to his family. Nope, not yet. Need to sign another football, and he can't leave without greeting his family and friends outside the locker room. So there you have it. That was last Saturday night. How about Harper, 17 catches? That's also a school record.
How about John Malice? Great job. You're filming, you're recording, you do it all. I saw you on TV, almost got run over one time, too.
Well, yeah, Marcus Borelli was with me, helped me out doing some of the video. But, yeah, we almost got hit. Not a problem. Hey, I can take it, man. I've got the Jim Nance blazer
Jim
going.
You're Nance lookalike today. Is that where you for Halloween? Were you Jim Nance?
Yeah, I was Jim Nance for Halloween.
I like it.
So the running game was the weak spot, though, huh?
Yes. You know what? But what I like about Fresno State is they can't run the ball. Well, they could maybe, but you know what? You got Derek Carr. They're throwing a lot. They're throwing the short passes. It's almost like a run, but still, I like to see the running game. When it does get cold, and they play a very good team. You got to be able to run the ball.
We're going to talk about the running game on the other side of the break, but Tim DeRuyter, typical answer. All I know is we're 1-0 this week.
It's working for him. Why change it now?
He says that every week.
He continues to say it. Hey, keep saying it, Coach, because it's working.
It's working.
Yeah.
And you don't want to mess with what's working.
It's
kind of a, you don't want to jinx yourself, right?
No, I like what you said with a couple of the fans. Are they a BCS team? Can they win? They're like, I don't know. But we're going to take what we get right now. We're having a lot of fun with it, and that's the important thing.
And we're having a lot of fun on the show. It's not, listen, this is not serious business today. The point is to have fun, to show you what's going on out there. We're going to be back, 436 MeTV if you want to join the conversation. Option 11, turn down the sound. Back in a moment.
Remember me?
After practicing law, Raymond Berg fought crime.
You have the right to an attorney.
As a hard-boiled detective on wheels.
Ain't it the truth?
His name is Ironside.
Perhaps you wouldn't mind saying it again.
His name is Ironside.
All right, now you've said it.
Nothing slows him down.
I want to see this one firsthand.
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Back here on Connect with me, I'm surprised no calls today. I thought everybody was a Fresno State fan. I thought they were all crazy about Fresno State at this point.
They're probably agreeing with us.
They probably are.
Yeah.
They got nothing to call in to dispute.
Yeah, maybe they're getting ready.
Dispute.
Watch it on TV. We got high school football rivalry week for week 10. It's a lot of fun.
I want to get into high school football, but in just a moment, I want to run one more piece of videotape from the Fresno State game and talk about the running game, because I want to read some Jim Nance CBS Sports stats as we look at the videotape. This is the Fresno State running game, of course, and basically the Dogs had 160 yards rushing. Cazeta had 115 of those. Not bad. Waller, 45 yards. What do you make of that?
I like it.
You do?
If they get 160 yards, I had no idea it was that many.
Yeah, it was 160 yards rushing from what I got in the paper and the stats after the game.
Yeah,
so
that'll work. You get 160 yards, I might be mistaken, but again, for Fresno State, the pass will set up the run. A lot of teams, the run sets up the pass. They're passing first, and when you play Fresno State, you know you got to stop the pass. So now the run should be wide open.
Right. And here is the fourth quarter touchdown by University of Nevada, Reno that put them within 8 points of the Bulldogs. They're getting a little nervous at this point, don't you think?
Well, I think every game. I think we're all used to being nervous at the end because it seems like we cannot put teams away, which is going to make them tougher later.
Listen, University of Nevada, Reno had 218 yards rushing against the Bulldogs, 206 yards passing. And the thing is, I think what I noticed about Fresno State, correct me if I'm wrong, they get this big lead, then they try to sit on the lead, but the problem is they got no running game to sit on a lead.
No, I think
am I right
that's
about
the old
that?
Pat Hill people used to think that. No, these guys are, the pedal's on the metal. I mean, they are going for it still.
But they were flat in the second half. Their offense
well,
wasn't
you got
moving.
to get defense credit because they make some adjustments, and this is what defense does. And they did a great job. My old buddy Kendall Brock of Nevada scored a nice touchdown to start the game.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Former Clovis West Golden Eagles, so that was good to see. I love that kid.
Barely got in the stadium to see that. But so, before we move on to high school football, prediction on the Bulldogs, not only this weekend, the rest of the season.
Well, there's nobody's going to beat them. On their schedule, it's there for the taking. I think they play Boise State December 7th here. They'll be undefeated. That's a must-win. It's always tough to...
Why is that a must-win?
Well, because they have to win to get to their big bowl game. They don't want to lose now.
The BCS bowl.
Yes.
A BCS bowl game.
Yes. But it's always hard to beat a team, and that's the old cliche, but it is true. It's hard to beat a team again on the same year. And they
Twice,
and they'll have to probably play Boise State again.
Oh, boy. December the 7th here?
Well, yeah. It's going to be here. It's going to be packed house. Wow. John Malice will be out there interviewing again.
Wear my Jim Nance blazer?
Oh, you've got to do it.
All right, we got a call here. Good morning. You're on Connect with me. How are you?
Hey, good morning, John. And I forgot his first name, but
Nick
Mr.
Papagni. Yeah.
Okay, listen, 25 words or less. Why couldn't Coach Hill do what Tim Reuter could do? What do you give me your best opinion or shot at this?
Hey, I love Pat Hill to death, and I think what happened was Pat Hill wanted to do it all. He's involved with the defense. He wants to call the plays. Tim DeRuyter lets his coaches coach, and that's what I love about Tim DeRuyter. He's got a great offensive coordinator. Coach Schramm's doing a great job, and so everyone's doing their piece, and that's what I like about him.
Yeah.
I think Pat had his hand on the pulse, and I think that wasn't the great thing. And I told him that many times. I don't like when Pat Hill had the earphones on calling plays. Everything went through Pat Hill, and he can't do it all as a head coach. Got to be an organizer.
Who calls the plays now?
Coach Schramm does.
Okay.
And Tim DeRuyter does not call one play.
Okay.
So Coach Schramm does, and he does a great job. So he's got a great relationship with Derek Carr, and that's how it works.
Yeah. How many audibles would you say that Carr calls throughout the game?
Almost every play. He's got the potential to call an audible every play. I don't know how many it is, what the percentage is, but he comes to the line, he sees something, he'll change it.
He'll change, and he has the authority to do that.
Heck yeah.
Obviously.
You got a veteran quarterback. You let your quarterback do that.
Is he better than his brother David?
But hands down by far. David Carr, I never liked his release. And I always knew he was going to struggle in the NFL.
Derek Carr, quick release.
Well, I think every Division I quarterback has a quick release, but I like he's gotten great form where David Carr did not have good form.
Who reads a defense better?
Well,
Derek?
I think I would say probably David Carr overall because he's got more experience.
Right.
But they're both outstanding. When you got a brother and you go to dinner every night and you're talking football, you're going to learn a lot from your brother.
And quickly, is Derek Carr going to be a star in the NFL, or is he going to be an average quarterback?
I think it's going to take him a little while, but I think he'll eventually he'll hook up and he'll be very good.
He'll be okay.
He'll probably be a late first round, maybe a middle first round draft choice.
Okay.
Be making some money.
The PAG meter is here. High school football. The big game is what this week?
Oh, there's
Tell
so
us
many
when,
games.
where, what time.
I think the best one. I think you got to say Bullard at Edison at Sunnyside. There'll be 8,000 people out there. I'd say get there early.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. It's the I call it the black and blue game. Well, you want to talk about a rival, John? Since 1959, Bullard and Edison have been playing.
Wow.
Edison has won 27. Bullard has won 26. Now that's a rivalry. So that's going to be out. It's for the CMAC championship. Edison is 9-0. Bullard is 8-1. You got the Cowhide game in Visalia, Mount Whitney, Redwood. I mean, this is a great Mendota Fireball. There'll be 7,500 people out there. Edgar Segura from Mendota just broke the all-time touchdown record, 119 total in his career. In the history of high school football here in the Valley, he's the touchdown king.
Is Edison better now than when McDonald had him?
Oh, yeah, this is one of the better teams. Matt Johnson, my radio partner, is doing a great job.
Yeah.
He relates to the player. The players love him. It's a fantastic team. But this is going to be all Lee Frazier tomorrow night. Bullard coming in. This is a rival. Hard hitting. This is going to be a fantastic game. There's so many good ones tomorrow.
So this will be at Sunnyside Stadium.
Yes.
Now, is that like a neutral site or what?
Well,
what is that?
because of the Fresno Unified School District, they're out of stadiums. Edison and Bullard, they both share McLean or Sunnyside. So this week it's at Sunnyside.
Yeah. So who would be the home team, do you think?
This week's Bullard.
It's
senior
Bullard.
night, but you know what I like about Bullard and Edison? Such a great rivalry. It'll be senior night for both teams. So they'll introduce both teams.
Quickly, what's Bullard's strength and what is Edison's strength?
Bullard's strength is Isaiah Justice, the quarterback. Edison's got to slow him down. The strength for Edison is their defense. So you've got a good offense against a good defense. It's going to be out of this world.
How do you compare the coaches, of course? You know the coach at Edison. You guys are best friends. Of course, we know Donnie Arax over at Bullard. Long time coach.
I'm stuck in the middle, John. I'm an old Bullard Knight. Donnie Arax is my best buddy. Matt Johnson's my best buddy. I think Donnie Arax's coaches have been together for 10-plus years. Matt's
their coaching
new.
staff, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah,
so you've got a veteran coaching staff against a new coaching staff. I mean, Edison might have a little better talent, but when you got Isaiah Justice, and I always compare him, he's I would say RG3 from the Washington Redskins.
Right.
If he had a baby with Tim Tebow, you put those guys together, that's what you have with Isaiah Justice. He is off the charts. He's a runner. He can throw. It's almost like a reindeer with a helmet on.
So you give talent-wise, Edison has the edge, but coaching-wise, Bullard has the edge.
I would say, Matt, don't get mad at me, but he would probably agree with that. But this
just
is
because of the experience that Donnie Arax has,
yes,
right?
Yes,
And that coaching staff being together.
What is Bullard going to come up with some new tricks to try to slow down the Tigers? But boy, when Edison gets it going, they're fun to watch.
I think that Tiger colors you're wearing, right?
You can go Tiger. You can kind of go Central. I can go Fresno High. You got the little big game, the big little game this week with Fresno High and Roosevelt. It's one of the oldest rivalries that's going on.
Now you'll be covering this Bullard Edison game.
I'll be at Sunnyside.
You'll be at Sunnyside. And how can they follow you?
You can Twitter with the Pag Meter. I call it. Kind of rhymes. Twitter with the Pag Meter, and I'll have all the updated scores throughout the valley.
Website is what?
It's thepagmeter.com.
All right, so, Nick Papagni, I'm so glad you were here today to talk
excited.
Bulldogs.
I can't believe it's already week 10. Playoff for high school football's next week. What happened? What happened? It was just the Cardinals are in the World Series.
Soon I'll have to put my Jim Nantz jacket away in the closet and bring it out next year.
You need to wear that all around town. Yeah. And also that Fresno Life magazine.
CBS Sports patch. Hey, they're wrapping us.
Okay, Fresno Life magazine. I did a nice story with Matt Johnson, so you can get that latest edition.
You got it. Nick,
all right, John,
good to see
you.
you. Sorry about your St. Louis Cardinals next year. All right, back with another edition of Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno tomorrow. Have a great day and go Bulldogs.